So, there's one Christmas which I really think is fucked up about my parents in Idaho, Julie and Victor. Um, One Christmas they got my little brother and my sister an Xbox One X, and
Mm.
all I get for Christmas is a fucking snow globe.
Snow globe.
A fucking snow globe.
Oh
That's
my
all I
god,
get.
that's
And she was like, "This snow globe was more expensive than those Xboxes." I'm like, "Mom, I looked this up on the internet and it was like $40. Those Xboxes are like $360,
yeah.
going up to 400."
Jesus Christ, that's fucking.
You have a snow globe. Oh, thank you. I'll just add it to the collection because I really do like snow globes and stuff. But like, you bought something that was almost like 2 to 3 grand for
Mm-hmm.
like them, and but like you just like here's the snow globe.
Mm.
Like, where's the love? I mean, a snow globe and shampoo and some socks and underwear. Are you saying I smell like shit or something?
Sending a secret message.
Right. But yeah. Um, what was the topic that we were gonna talk about?
Okay, so we can start off with probably the parenting.
Parenting.
That'd be
All
good.
right. I think parents honestly need to like start being more aware in actions of what their kids are doing. For the simple fact, like me, I mean, I was adopted, and the parents that I was adopted to, like they were all good and shit, but like I mean,
Doesn't
uh,
sound like it.
they weren't. When I was about 8 years old, and my mom was Julie was heavily into drugs, and I was sexually assaulted by her boyfriend at that
Mm-hmm.
time. And I mean, I was bleeding where no one should be bleeding at that age, or bleeding in
Yeah,
general.
yeah,
And
that's absolutely fucked up.
it is, and I told my mom, like, hey, mom, he touched me here, and it hurts, and it's bleeding, and she basically looked at me with, I guess what you could say is like a drugged face, because like
Yeah,
back then I wouldn't know what it looked like, but now I know what it looks like, and she just like, don't fucking lie, no one likes a fucking liar. I'm like, but I am 8 years old. I mean, looking back, if I could say this when I was back then, but I'm 8 years old. Why would I lie about something I don't even know about?
exactly. Yeah, like how the fuck would an 8-year-old know what
Right.
happens
And
with?
like I'm shitting blood, and like, mom, why is my poop red?
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, you probably ate something with red food dye or something.
Oh my god.
You don't shit red food dye.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And
that's just absolutely disgusting.
just like growing up with them, I mean, Victor, I think I was about when Julie got with Victor. I think like about 10 or 11. He he was really into drinking, like, and don't get me wrong, I don't see anything wrong with drinking, but I think drinking excessively is a problem.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a big difference between alcoholic and
Right.
somebody who drinks.
I mean, like he used. I don't know what they were. They were like big cans like that. That he'd get two or
They
three of
like the
those.
12%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those will fuck you up.
Yeah, and he's just like, and when he's drinking, I don't like to be around him for the simple fact that he he beat on my mom, he beat on my sister, and he beat on me,
Hmm.
and it's like really fucked up. And when I mean beat, it was like not like a hand or anything. It was basically anything that he could reach, like a dog cable. I mean, sometimes I couldn't even go to school because of it, because I had like welts in my back, like to the point where they were bleeding, and I just couldn't go to school. I almost got held back,
Right.
and like I didn't want to tell anyone because like I didn't know what would happen if I got back home. Like there have been so many times that I've ran away from home that I just didn't want to be there for the fact that I don't know what Victor would do. Like I don't know if I was going to be dead the next day or something like that. I mean, I that's one of the reasons why I don't like to sleep, is because when I sleep, it just brings memories back of like am I going to wake up the next day? Am I going
Right.
to be hurt?
Hmm.
And like I said, parents need to be more aware of what the fucking situation is, and then instead of like, yes, I understand you're with this man and you like him and shit, but like, you need to be more focused on your kids than the person you're with. Just because the person that
Oh,
you're with
100%.
loves you and this and that, you should also watch the way how he treats your kids, because parents should be kids first.
100%, yeah.
And I really didn't feel that with Julie or Victor. And
Mm.
like I said, like a month ago before I came up here, I had an argument with my mom on Facebook. Like, she was publicly humiliating me, like downgrading me and my friends. I was like, you can downgrade my friends, but I mean, you can downgrade my friends, but you can downgrade me. Just leave them the fuck out of our
Mm-hmm.
shit. And when you can pull your head out of your ass and like act like a civil human being, come talk to me. But like ever since then, it's like it's been so long since I've heard from Julie. I don't know what she sounds
Mm.
like or looks like.
Yeah.
And it's like, even though that you adopted me and shit, you should still keep in touch with me.
Exactly, yeah. So it's like a month, I thought, was how long you've been here. So, like, was there time when you were still in Idaho that you weren't living with her?
No, like I was living with my partner at the time. Like
Oh,
I've been
okay.
living with my partner. Like, I have not been anywhere around Julie in her facility. Like,
For how long?
I would probably basically my whole life since I was like 4. No, not 4. I was with my mom and Julie when I forgot the age what I said, but at that age. But then like a couple years after that, she basically had 2 kids of her own and basically was like, you ain't shit to me, like you ain't my blood. She basically
Mm.
gave me to her parents, which are John and Debbie, which I consider my grandparents.
Okay.
And my grandparents are really narcissistic, meaning like they're really strict. Like, if I want to go out and hang out with friends, it's like, oh, you need to be here this time. Like, if you're not here at 8:30, you won't be able to go hang out with your friends for the next month or like next week. It's like, but
Yeah,
that's not fair.
that's fucking retarded.
It is.
What age were you adopted? Like, was it like really young?
I was still an infant. Like, I'd have to say like maybe
Okay.
3 months old or something. No,
Okay.
not
Yeah.
3 months. Like
Wow.
maybe a year at
Yeah.
most.
Was there actually a point where you they told you you're adopted? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, they did tell me I was adopted, and I was like, I mean, when they told me that, like, just everything clicked in my head. Like, holy shit, everything makes a lot more sense. Why you don't fucking like me? Why everybody's so distant with me and stuff.
Right.
Um, I was 7 at the time, but we went to Roaring Springs in Blackfoot, Idaho.
Hmm.
Well, it's not in Blackfoot, but it's in Idaho, Boise, Idaho, and that's where I met my birth mom for the first time. And I did not know her. Like, I didn't know I thought at that point that Jilly was my real mom and stuff.
Right.
And so like I didn't know about her. Like, she was hugging me and stuff, and like, I was like, why are you hugging me and stuff? Like, it's weird. Like, I don't
Hmm.
even know you and you're just hugging me for no reason.
Yeah.
And I told my birth mom about this, and she was like, that makes sense why you're like really not hugging me back, and like really like kind of get away from me and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, though, Julie and Victor are like people I do not like, and like I said, it's just my childhood was really shitty because of them.
Right. Right.
And like I said, for me, like, parenting, I think is number one key. You need to watch your kids and see their actions, for the simple fact, Julie wasn't really paying attention to me, and I got to the point where I got in really depressed, where I started cutting myself, which I know that is not okay. Like, I mean, that means there's something seriously fucked up and no
Mm-hmm.
one's
Yeah.
like paying attention to you.
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, did I do it for attention? I mean, yes, I did it for attention, but not for the. And I know doing that shit's like, you shouldn't be cutting yourself for attention. Like,
But at the end of the day, like, I mean, obviously, you still shouldn't do it. But I'm saying, it's that there's a reason.
right,
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna put someone down because they
right,
do it for attention. But yeah, but I know what you mean. Like, it's still not healthy by
right.
any means.
But did I get attention? I mean, I got attention, but not the kind of attention I wanted. Like, what the fuck, you trying to kill yourself? Like, I'm not trying to kill myself. I just want someone to know that I exist and I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, but at this point, you guys like walk over me like I'm a fucking ghost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
like, it's not okay. Kids nowadays kill themselves because of people not acknowledging that they're here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I was one of those kids that wanted to kill myself and shit, but then, it's like, I'm just going to better myself. I'm going to be better than the people that raised me.
Yeah.
And, like, for example, when I grow up and I have kids of my own, I'm not going to beat the shit out of them with an extension cord or cable or anything in my reach. Yeah, if they do something, like, wrong and, and they shouldn't have, yeah, I'm going to give them a swat in the ass and probably be like, ow, that hurt. I'm not going to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not excessively going to fucking hit them until it's right through their brain and, they can't go to school.
Yeah, exactly. That's different level. It's like completely fucked up.
It is. I don't think any kid should go through that. And I know there are kids out there that go through that.
Mm-hmm. Is there any like advice you would have for a kid in that same spot? Like looking back, well, what would you tell them? Like, what would you tell your old self to do?
I honestly, I would tell them, stay strong. There are people out there that are willing to help you, but those people that are willing to help you, you need to reach out to them because, there may be signs and stuff, but, there are also people that do things to get attention in the wrong ways.
Right.
But like I said, I would tell my younger self, hold on. I mean, there are people out there that are willing to help you. Like today, I met you and a couple other friends, and
Mm-hmm.
you've helped me a lot. I've vented to you about stuff. For instance, people that listen, like you're listening to me.
Mm-hmm.
This helps me a lot. Just venting and letting things out brings my stress level way down.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
I feel a lot better talking about this stuff because I feel like bottling this stuff up will make you do stupid shit. And when I say stupid shit, I mean cutting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And something recently that I've started to do is that I've been putting my emotions into songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I have two songs. I have one that is called Dark Thoughts and another one that I just made today that is What I Feel. And they are on SoundCloud.
Link in bio.
But yeah, I couldn't finish my other song because this app wasn't working. But like I said, I know the people that are out there. I know how you're feeling. I've been there. I can't say that 100%. I know I have been there, but I don't know what you're currently going through right now.
Right.
But just know reaching out to someone that even a friend, someone that you it doesn't have to be a family member because I tried reaching out to a family member and it didn't really work out. They just told me, you're full of shit. Why would you do this and stuff? It's well, I did this because this is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like nobody cares about me and nobody's listening to me.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically just, weren't listening to me anymore. And so I reached out to one of my best friends, and that night we talked on the phone for 8 hours.
Damn.
And he was just listening to me vent and shit. And eventually, between those 8 hours, he came over and picked me up and said, "You're not gonna go back for the night or the week." And we just hung out and stuff, and
That's awesome.
it was really fucking cool. And
Yeah.
like I said, and when my best friend brought me back to the house, he said a lot of shit to my grandparents and my mom. He was like, "You guys don't deserve this kid. This kid has gone through shit, and you guys just don't give a fuck."
Mm-hmm.
When I was in school, my grandparents and I'd come back with F's on some of my paper of my homework and shit we do in school.
Yeah.
She'd be like, "You're failing. You're never gonna succeed. You're never gonna graduate." And shit like that. I'm like, it may be an F, but that does not mean I didn't put my effort in that.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
she's just like, you're failing. You're never gonna succeed in life, And it's just you saying this may make you feel better, but saying it to me makes me feel like shit. I don't want to be here because of the shit you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Am I better off dead? Would you prefer me dead?
Right.
And I'm not just saying that over that comment. There's been a whole bunch of shit of my family just talking shit on me. My sister in Idaho, she's all the girls you date are ugly as fuck. It's well, they may be ugly to you, but they're not to me.
Exactly.
Why the fuck do you always have to be degrading me? does everybody here like degrading me? Because like I don't feel great about myself. If that's what you want to be accomplished, I mean, good fucking job. I don't really fucking care about myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess one thing they've taught me is like I really don't give a shit what someone could say about me. What they say about me, because they don't fuck me, they don't feed me, they don't house me. So what you say really doesn't fucking matter.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And parents need to be aware of their kids, because if you're not, you might lose them one day, and that guilt, that guilt, I know. Well, I don't know the guilt, but I have lost a couple of friends because of suicide, and because of parents weren't being aware of what their kids were going through.
Yeah.
And like I said, I feel like parents should check up on their kids. Like I haven't heard from Julie from like maybe 8 months now.
Damn.
And it's like, I know you're not my real mom, but it still wouldn't fucking hurt to check up on me.
Definitely. Yeah, and if she really cared, she would want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like that proves that she really never gave a fuck about me.
Mm-hmm. It's just so like it's so weird. Like, why did they adopt a kid? You know what I mean? Like, what was the motive there?
The reason why Julie adopted me is because she was told that she couldn't have kids of her own by a doctor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I kind of make a little joke out of it. All she really needed was a little Mexican in her life, and she popped 2 kids out. But like ever since those 2 kids, it's
so. Was it her actual like having her real kids that changed her behavior, or was she already kind of bad before that?
She wasn't bad before that. I mean, she was when she was on drugs and stuff. But like when she started to get clean and stuff, like we would do things together. It's like we do everything together. But like when she had 2 kids of her own, and plus Victor's older daughter, Nevaeh. They really did things together and stuff, but like when she had 2 kids of her own, like it really started to show. Like it did show a little bit, but like not as much as I thought it was gonna show when she had 2 kids of her own.
Right.
Like there was a time I wanted to come home to Julie's because I was tired of being in town and I just wanted to, be with my mom. And she was like, "No, I don't feel like having company over." I'm like, "I'm not company. I'm your son. I should be able to come home when I want."
Yeah, that's fucked.
And she's like, "I don't want you over here for the simple fact that Victor beats you." I'm like, "Well, if you know that he beats me, then why don't you change that and take him out of your life?"
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
But, like, you're afraid that he's going to beat me, but yet you leave a 7-year-old and an infant and a 14-year-old there while you go to work. You must not be that afraid.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's one of those things where, like, it sounds like she's being nice. Oh, I don't want you to get beat, but then you're not doing anything about it.
Right. What about the 3 other kids that are there?
Yeah. And the fact that she's still with him.
Exactly.
It's just like doesn't really show any, caring about it.
Let's see. What's that? Oh yeah. One day on Mother's Day, Victor and Nevaeh don't do shit. Like they'll sit on their asses, do nothing. Victor drinks and sleeps all day. And smokes. And so does my sister, and so does my mom. Julie and Nevaeh. They smoke. Julie doesn't drink. She doesn't believe in drinking, but I mean, she believes in smoking weed. I mean, what's the difference? They're both a fucking drug.
At the end of the day, they're both problems.
Exactly. One day, on one Mother's Day, I was trying to get everything like clean and shit before Julie got home, so she wouldn't have to like clean the house or something like that. I was vacuuming, I did the dishes, I cleaned the tabletop, countertops, I wiped down the TV and stuff, and the one thing I forgot was to vacuum. And when she gets home, she drags me by my hair out to the living room and tells me, "Why the fuck didn't you vacuum?" I was like, there's 2 other fucking lazy-ass people in here, they can vacuum too. Like, you weren't here all day, you didn't see all the fucking work I did.
Yeah. And like the actual fact that you still wanted to do those things,
right?
Like even with her treating you so badly is like it's like incredible. You know what I mean? Like, what type of emotion is that like you actually that you wanted to clean up? Like what was that feeling like? Like what was?
Um, it was more of a fear of like if I don't do it. I mean, like I wanted to do it for the simple fact that it was Mother's Day and it was a nice gesture, but on the other hand, I had to do it because I didn't want to get whipped with a cable or an extension cord.
Right. Okay, so it is more like a fear.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
fear factor, but
Yeah.
like in all reality, I just wanted to do something nice for my mom.
Hmm.
But in the end, I still got my ass fucking grabbed by my fucking hair and dragged out to the living room. Um, Although I did smack Julie really fucking hard after she let go of my hair because I was like, don't grab me by my fucking hair.
Hmm.
It fucking hurt. It was like maybe a 2 minute drag, but still.
Yeah. Doesn't matter how long it is.
Yeah. And after I fucking smacked her, she chased me around our 2.5 acre yard for like an hour and a half with a fucking frying pan.
Jesus Christ.
And it's like, I try to do something nice. It's not nice enough. It's just like, what is it that you want me to do that'll make you happy?
Right. Because what it sounds like is that there isn't anything that you could do.
Exactly. So we had a little bunny. It was my grandma's bunny. Its name was Bun Bun. It was white. It wasn't my responsibility to take care of it. It was my sister's. But, my sister's not really responsible, so, I was taking care of it and stuff. And there was a week I was not there, and it was really fucking hot in Idaho. I think it was like 108 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And Nevaeh took the bunny outside, and the bunny was outside for the whole last week that I was gone. Wasn't fed, wasn't watered, wasn't anything. And I get back the next week, and I got whipped with an extension cord for 8 minutes because that bunny was dead.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's never an excuse for that. Like for them doing it, not for you, not for the rabbit.
Right. I mean, like, I didn't take the bunny out. I wasn't here, so like you can't blame this on me.
Mm-hmm.
But they did it anyways, and
Yeah.
I just think it's bullshit. There was one point in my life that I like realized that it's like I can't stand up for myself, and so I started doing that. It was right after my Beat incidents. The headphones by Beats by Dre, they were $150 a piece. I had $150 headphones on, just listening to music and shit. And Victor comes to my room and takes them off my head and snaps them. And he's like, "It's like, what was that for?" He's like, "'Cause I can." I'm like, "But these were $150. I just bought these today."
Mm-hmm.
Like, money is not cheap or it's not easy to come by.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you have to work hard for money. Like, money doesn't fall out of fucking trees. I mean, if it did, I mean, we would have better things and shit in life.
Yeah.
But I did retaliate. I did grab a screwdriver and his Suburban. I went from his taillight to his front end and scraped the shit out of his car and broke his windshield. Not his windshield, his passenger window. And he told me, "What was that for?" And I said, "'Cause I can." And, I mean, he got upset, and I was like, "Well, yeah, I mean, you know how I feel now, right? You don't like that." And he's like, "No, I didn't." And then I'm like, "Why the fuck did you scrape my headphones?" It's like, that's going to cost money. I'm like, "Wow, you know how money works now." I mean, obviously, his car his car was more expensive, but, like, I mean, to make a point, you have to make a point.
Yeah. Definitely. It was definitely justified.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's what I would have done.
But, like, this was not the end of the Beats. Like, I bought another pair. I liked, like, one of my favorite colors is rose gold, and they were rose gold. All three of them were. So I bought another headset, and I wasn't home, but I left it there, which I shouldn't have done. That's part on me. I left them there, and the next time I get there, I see my sister with them. And I'm like, "Why do you have my headphones?" And she's like, "What do you mean? These are my headphones." I'm like, "No, they're not. I bought these with my money."
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "No, you didn't." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "My name's on it." I'm like, "Just because you put your name on it doesn't mean you bought it. Like, the box and the receipt and shit is in my room."
Yeah.
And so Victor came in and was like, "Why are you yelling at Nevaeh?" I'm like, because she has my headphones. And he's like, no, she doesn't. Though I bought those for her. I'm like, no, you didn't, because these are the exact color of the ones that are not in my room.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did, because I'm not going to let someone have $150 of something that I bought for the second fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
What I did is I grabbed them, I flipped them upside down, and I fucking broke them. Because I'm like, no one. If no one can have it, if I can't have it, no one can have it.
Mm-hmm.
And she got all pissed, and she brought my mom into it, and my mom had, I think, she had like 4 wooden spoons in her hands, and she was doing the dishes, and she broke all 4 of those wooden spoons over my ass and my back.
Jesus Christ.
And my last pair of Beats, I basically had to keep that shit hidden. Like, I mean, I took it with me everywhere I went, like, everywhere. Like, even if I had to use the bathroom, I'd take them with me, because for the simple fact of them being stolen or fucking broken.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't been this high Perkins in a long time. I ain't been this high Perkins in a long time. I took 2 30s and a half of a third one. I feel like I can see everything with my third eye. Feel like I'm floating, see the world from a bird's eye view. These drugs remind me of a girl I knew. A little sweet, a little sour, and it vibes with the mood. Ain't no competition, baby, but I'm higher than you. Pray to God I never come